Hello, good morning and welcome back to the Fish Locker. Today I am spending the day in the life of a net fisherman. I'm spending the day with my friend Mikey, who's just in the wheelhouse there, on board his boat Julie Girl. And we're going to work his monk gear, his Monkfish nets. Monkfish, anglerfish, same fish, two different names. For anybody who doesn't know what a monkfish is, the best way to do it is I'll put a picture in here, because they are a bit of a gruesome looking fish, but they are an amazing eating fish as well. Now he's already got his gear out at sea, so we're going to go out, we're going to go straight into hauling the gear, we're going to clear the nets and then we're going to shoot them back again. As you can see, it is early morning. Let's go. Well, the sun has come up, not that you'd know it. We do have a little bit of a foggy day today, a little bit of a misty day. That's not going to put us off. Yeah, we've been steaming out for a couple of hours now. We're just coming up on the first set of gear. And all we'll be doing is we'll be picking up an ender and running it over that net over there into that first bin, then flicking it off through that hauler there and picking out all the catch into the different containers. It'll make sense as we're doing it, I promise. Yeah, lovely calm day for it. The number of wives now that come up to me and go, "Oh God, I can't stand you, you've cost me a fortune."
You turn around and say, "Well, at least I'll get him out of the house for you."
Well, at least he's not spending it in pub.
Yeah. Well, until he gets back ashore. Maybe. I'll get him on the fish area. See, actually, let's go on. Facing spikes, sideways facing spikes. What are you doing for a minute there? Take it back round there and I'll these are 10.5 inch, not 11.25, so they're a little bit fishy. Stick track of the gauge.
That's a bigger than
that was a big Mediterranean octopus in a previous life. Okay, so I'll take a load from them like that, ready? Keep that for bait. Whilst you're a monkfish, it's a little bit.
Do these spools are usually built?
Yeah.
Is there any other way to tell it?
When they're in a big pod, quite often you get like a milky liquid coming in amongst them all, but...
So it's not like with a skate or a ray when you see claspers around?
No, it's no sort of... I'm ready to investigate the product, it's generally not.
You go the other side with it.
It looks like something with a spider crab wrapped around it.
Yeah, hopefully it's got tail on still, that's like the classic. Load of crabs on it, come on, pieces. Might have been mad, but might be alright.
No, it looks like you're alright.
That's cool.
It's just in the net as well. Backwards facing spikes, forward facing spikes, it's a lot of it.
Yeah. Long to annoy you. I think I'm aware the only thing.
Interesting shaped fish.
Yeah, but then you look around the edge, they've got that pretty skirt, you can't really see.
These ones here.
Yeah. I think that hides the shadow and blends it in. Easiest one from here. Staying aboard on neat. I'll shoot you back on the first bit on the starboard side of the can, and then the rest is getting pushed around all over the place. Someone's a female, yeah. I'll shoot you back and I'll put kind of the first, much of the first bit on the starboard side of the can, and then just the rest is getting pushed around the over. Yeah.
I think it would be one of those ones where it's like the last string.
Yeah.
The weather's worst. Too small?
Check it with the gauge. 4 wider.
3 mil too small.
Ah, right, release her then. Read it, mate.
You notice the same way that I put elastic bands on them, it's taping the claws of the lobster.
But if we're in a store pot and the sun comes out, the elastic bands rot out in the sun really quickly.
Oh yeah.
So.
Whereas the crabs, what you do with the crabs is you knock their claws in there. So that couldn't use that claw if it tried.
Did you notice what I said?
Oh, watch out!
Oh!
That's close.
Might be off the bottom.
Yeah. Tell you what. That is a decent size one. I tell you what, they're not. They're not the easiest things to pick up, are they?
You've got a handle underneath, where you can put your hand in the gills. There's a few various sort of convenient locations.
Yeah. Yeah, nice lobster, yeah. In the time that we've been picking all the crabs out, we have had a nice sized craw, which is
the end of it.
and also a nice pollock. All your round fish just go straight on isolated.
Yeah.
There we are. We've got everything ready to shoot the gear back. Now we were just talking there that you were saying it's the haul that you've had.
Yeah.
If it had been a better haul, you would have shot the gear back in the same place.
Yeah.
So it's not that you need to give the ground a rest, like when you're lobster potting and you have to kind of alternate where your gear is, because the fish are moving through the ground.
Yeah.
You can keep shooting back on the same place.
And then when they turn territorial as well, the monkfish head. Well, if you take one off and patch the seed head, and another one will jump in and take its place. It's quiet the first time round. It's quiet the second time round, but there's obviously not much happening there. Maybe a French trawler's been over there on the springtide, so I better want to put fresh ground just for the last haul. It's going to be a short day, 2 days, so we'll see if there's something moving somewhere else.
And you're working them over the smaller tides.
Yeah.
People that don't understand with the movement of the tides, obviously you get neaps which are your smaller tides, you get springs which are your bigger tides. So you'll effectively only be working your monk gear for probably 1 week every 2.
Yeah. Me and you cannot tell what it's on. Right, I'll put this in a minute.
I don't know how well you saw there, but I had the rope rigged around the back and the outside. So he's put the buoy and the trains over, and then it's just started leading the net straight out of the bin that he's faked it, running out there. And all he'll do now is he'll just steam ahead steady over the area where he wants to shoot the net out, and it'll run out the back. And eventually when he gets to the far end, there'll be the last chain, and then the buoy. You're all spun up, aren't you?
Yeah, it's only a little bit. It's kind of the lay of the break.
Sorry, Ben. Go to the wing.
Just like 8 all the time, it's like 3 pints, that's enough for the evening. Push 5, you know. Medium-y one. Oh,
Nice one.
better one, yeah, a bit trickier.
Where are you going now? It is a gruesome looking.
They're gorgeous.
I was just thinking there, I imagine that's the last thing that
Yeah.
loads of little fish ever see, isn't it?
There you go, better one.
Oh yeah.
GoPros then.
They don't last very long.
Yeah.
They're like iPhones. After a while, they
Oh,
stop
the
working.
battery jackers up and they kind of lose their value, yeah.
Well, not only that, but
Trying to release of this footage and maybe get it in case of my mates up there. So, yeah. Two monkfish in the same mile.
sorry?
Two monkfish in the same area.
What, do they not say it's possible?
No, don't be getting jealous. But it's a bit of an ash up to the monkfish, all they got to look forward to is something that's like 5 times their size when they get to the end of the night though. Imagine if we had to do that.
3 o'clock in the morning, Joe.
Without alcohol. Worse, you look at their mouth and they're kind of almond painted all over as well.
The thing that gets folks with them is usually you disturb them during the day.
Yeah. We had them at night, we'd be there camping around the lorry and a couple of lights on down the side of it and
The first thing they try and do, and obviously when you'll move some ammunition for it,
yeah.
first thing they try and do is run for the shadow.
Yeah.
Well, what's causing the shadow?
Human.
You are.
Oh.
Oh, very nearly.
Yeah. A little painful nip, but it doesn't do any damage.
I've just got the glove on you.
Yeah.
So that's the second one that's come aboard now with seal damage. Yeah. We're two in close proximity to each other,
Yeah.
wouldn't we?
So we probably might not see a whole fish for the rest of the tier, but we're nearly at the end, so it's not a disaster.
So it's just eating literally the entire tail.
When they're hungry, they'll eat the whole tail. And once they're sort of getting full, they'll just remove the livers.
Yeah.
And like having pudding really, but I mean, see, it's fresh as a daisy, the gills are bright red. It's not alive, you know, sometimes you get them coming up alive. But yeah, I mean, it's probably 30 quid's worth of monk. Whereas day for yesterday, I probably lost best part of £1,000 worth of fish.
How much you say you lost yesterday?
About £1,000 worth, 800 to £1,000 worth probably.
All from seal damage?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I saw him on the beach, like, you bastard. Oh, another sealed one.
I don't understand it if one was a female and one was a male.
Yeah. Massive Friday night behaviour, isn't it? All these young males cruising around looking for sex.
Yeah, finding some young female stuck somewhere and then having their way with her. Too small, eh?
Yeah. But it's a bit of a lash up for the monkfish. All they got to look forward to is something that's like 5 times their size when they get to the end of the night.
Nice, man.
That's a female. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really get any big monster lobsters like you used to anymore. Unless we can keep that bed for food. Yeah, chuck it, yeah. Less depressing when you can't see them.
Yes. Little rock that's come up with the net. And there's a tube for a polychaete worm. and all these little gem corals. That rock probably hasn't seen the light of day. Been on seabed in 100 metres of water.
Oh, I could have seen it about 50 times in my career. So
Yeah, all this same rock could keep coming up in your net every time. The makeup of the net, the design of the net, like as it goes out, you've got obviously your buoy from the surface, then your chains, and then it just runs along the seabed, doesn't it? How high is it? It's what?
Well, I mean,
4 feet, 5 foot.
You know, probably 8 foot.
Right.
Actually, probably only fishes waist high and knee high.
But the bottom's got lead line in it, so this will sink straight to seabed and fit over every little bump and crack. Whereas that's got a float in it. Yeah. So instead of having like floats, it's got it inside the rope.
But it's not like a gill net where it's got to be bar tight so the fish get their faces, you know, the gill's actually stuck in the net like that. It's got to be slightly buoyant but not too buoyant.
The tangle net rather than the gill.
We only used to use the old sort of 6mm blue polyprop rope.
So this is why everything's all as tangled and wrapped rather than just got their head stuck in it.
Because a gill net, you would set it down by half, so the diamonds are pretty much square shaped.
When we're talking about a mesh, this is a mesh here, and these are what, 10.5?
10.5 these ones, yeah.
And you go with a larger size like that, so you're targeting the larger fish, aren't you? So I mean, we've had no undersized bycatch today, have we?
No, just that one dogfish.
And when you've reached your 6 month shelf life,
sort of stop fishing, not because they're damaged, but the actual netting itself goes opaque or visible, dust, wear and tear and grit on it.
When you're finished with them though, you take them back in and they're recycled, aren't
they? Just stops them cuddling each other. I've never actually nicked them, so I've really cocked it up, so I just put bands on them for the store pot.
You can hear it going, can't you?
Yeah, and that is where they rub their you can see it, they rub their aerials on that ribbed bit just there. So people think they're making a noise like talking, but it isn't. They're actually just rubbing for like a warning, you know.
They're one behind you as well, mate.
Yeah.
The fans on their tails, unlike lobsters.
Yeah.
Like their fans are soft, aren't they?
Yeah. Very. Rubber band in there.
So instead of claws like lobsters, these have just got like.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a claw, but the top bit, but the bottom bit's small.
Fixed.
So yeah. But they're sort of community creatures, whereas the lobsters are highly territorial. But if a lobster meets another lobster, they'll fight to the death. Unless it's a female lobster when it releases
that tail fan is just.
Yeah, so that's a male.
It's beautiful,
one.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's a male one because the tail flap things don't meet. But if they're female, they'll be big enough to sort of cross over just.
It looks like something from a Ridley Scott film.
Oh yeah,
It would be stuck to your face.
Stuck to your face, yeah. They've got a good grip as well. And the big ones, you know, you get your finger in there when they flip and it can bloody hurt.
Yeah. One of the special things to talk about in here is that. Now that is a sea fan. It's like a starfish, but it's a fan. Full bongo of crabs, a few lobsters in there, crawl. But yeah, these monks here, that's their little angler rod, which it uses to tempt fishing. That's why it's called an anglerfish. Their eyes, and every part of them is covered in spines and spikes. Underneath their chin, they do have like these little frills.
I on the edge of hand up just in case. And all this rubbish is got aqua. Ready now, just flick it over the edge.
Yeah, they're
Basically giant angry tadpole.
there's some hellish teeth on, aren't there?
Take it over. These are the ones that the beamers catch more, sort of in the deeper water, because they can't really see, but when I gut it, you'll notice that it's sort of black inside.
Yeah, we were just talking there about the colour variation. I mean, they're an ambush predator, they're camouflaged, they're sat on the seabed. You can see by their shape, just by if one of these was sat on seabed, especially like with these little frills that they've got underneath here,
Lure.
you wouldn't even notice that was on the seabed. And they use this little lure.
There's several of them, but
That just looks like a little strip of mackerel belly, doesn't it? Lure it in like that, and when anything comes anywhere near it, this great big mouth opens up. But yeah, the colour variation there between them four. Can you do me a favour, you just pick that one up and just open its mouth for me?
Yep. Hand on.
Well, look at the size of that. And they've got teeth all the way on the inside of there. I mean, I don't need to tell you how sharp they are.
Sharp, and they all point in.
Yeah.
So if you do get your finger in there, you can't just pull it out. It'll come out with loads of teeth in it and a lot of pain. So you've got to wait for it to open its mouth again.
So 30 in total?
Yeah.
31 plus the damage one?
31 plus the damage one, but it's half okay, so you're going to take over the tea. So nice like that.
It's amazing. What I'll do, I'll get a photo of you, that one. That was a fantastic one.
Yeah, yeah.
What an amazing day today has turned out to be. Look at the weather. Wouldn't have thought that looking at it this morning. We finished prepping all the catch. Well, with the monkfish, what you do is you gut them and you just take the tails off, because there's no meat in the heads. I have opted to keep one of them though. I've kept one head and I'm going to use it in my lobster pots. So I've kept one of them down there. You see where the tail would have been on there. Yeah, we've got some lovely lobsters, some crays, some crabs, and the rest of the catch is on ice in here. Now the method we used today, it was 11 1/4 and 10.5 inch meshes. Because of the large size of mesh, there was no negative bycatch. There was literally nothing today was discarded apart from the damaged monkfish that were eaten by the seals. Now that's a thread that I'm not going to pull. That's another story for another day. Yeah, everything that we caught today, there was nothing undersized, everything was targeted. So it's a highly efficient, highly targeted method of fishing. Also, because it's fixed to the seabed, because it's called static gear, fixed gear, it doesn't move around, it doesn't trawl, it doesn't dredge, it doesn't damage the seabed in any way. So it's incredibly low impact. So it's highly targeted, very low in negative mortality bycatch, there was none, and also it's very low impact. I have managed to talk myself into keeping one of the monkfish that wasn't too badly damaged by the seal. I've claimed that and I'm going to take that home with me, so I'm excited about that. But what an amazing day. Just got to land it all now.
I'm already thinking about my day.
Yeah. And that is our day done. We've offloaded the catch, finished up for the day. I hope you enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later.